Hey guys, hope you are doing well. So today we are going to discuss about Power BI integration in Business Central. So this is basically came a long back in Business Central, but recently I can see Microsoft is working a lot in the Power BI integration with BC, and they have also launched so many apps for Power BI that could be used with Business Central. So it is quite exciting feature. Lots of people are not using, but I think it is very important in terms of pre-sales, in terms for the client usefulness, and the other impacts that would be there. So let's go into this. Now, if you see why basically Power BI we need, we might need in BC. So we know that Power BI gives us the important thing, the visualization. Nowadays, we are having data for everything. And for that data, we need different visualization. That could be a chart, that could be sometimes a drill down into the functionalities. So that we can have, in Power BI. Sometimes even for the consolidation reporting, we could use the data from the different companies into a one merged company by using the Power BI feature. Now, if we go further, you can see there are two type of licenses for Power BI. So one is the Power BI free license and one is Power BI Pro license. So if you see the free license, you can view the reports, create the reports, share reports. So this is useful if we are creating the report yourself. If you are creating the report, with your development, or you are, using some reports which is done by a developer or maybe someone in your organization who knows the Power BI, they can use the only the creator, sometimes needs the report which actually needs the extensive feature. But the difference here you could see, Power BI free license does not have a Business Central Power BI app, but Power BI Pro is needed in case if we need to use the Business Central Power BI apps. Now, our mind could be like, why we need basically the Power BI Pro license if we use to Power BI apps, what it is. So we will go into this. There is an important thing which we have mentioned here. An alternative to using Power BI Pro license is to use Power BI or Microsoft Fabric Premium capacity. If you are having this, then you can use the Power BI Pro. Now, what we are having some Power BI app strips. How we basically, download and install the Power BI app into your business center. Mostly nowadays, we all into cloud infrastructure. So we will talk about the cloud infrastructure here. But you can, of course, use the on-prem Power BI, but with some limited feature. So if you want to see the install Power BI apps, if I open this site, you can see this will navigate me to this Microsoft Learn site, which basically tell me we can install the Power BI apps. Either we can download it from this link, that I will add into the description of this video. So we could have the Power BI apps for finance, inventory, manufacturing, projects, purchase, sales, subscription, and sustainability. So these are the inbuilt apps which we are currently having. Microsoft may have some future apps as well, or you can create your own Power BI app for your use. So that is totally depend on us. And how we can install the Power BI app? Either we can download it from the Power BI Microsoft App Store, which download we can directly do, or in this link we are already having all the links for the Power BI apps. So if I click here on any of the link, so that will navigate me to a place which is called Microsoft Marketplace. and I can get it now into my BC environment like we install any other app in our Android or iOS platform, right? So if we see here what we actually need, we must have firstly a Business Central online environment that we are having, and we can download the apps from the app source, right? The Power BI Pro license, we need to install a Power BI template app, and the user who refreshes the data, each user who accesses the report, they should have some Power BI embedded with the Business Central. Now I can go into the Business Central screen, and on the dashboard, that dashboard basically comes from my role, which you can see currently I have selected here Business Manager Evaluation, but I do have different roles as well. So what I can do here, if I go down to the bottom, I can see that there will be a Power BI dashboard which would be available here. Here, if you have configured any Power BI dashboard, that dashboard can appear here based on the requirement. I can click here on the select report, and if I have multiple apps or reports, I can see on my dashboard whatever I want to see. So how we have actually done it? So we can go to assisted setup. So if I search here assisted setup and search Power BI, so you can see a connect to Power BI. I have already completed a setup. So it is asking me, do you want to run it again? Yes. And what we can do here, we can select here what basically the calendar configuration you want to have, so that you can have. And once I next select my time zone and the data range which I want to have, which I can select here, and then I can select my working days, and it's quite easy. You, if it is already there, some of the apps in your tenant, you can select. So I don't have any app installed for sales, but I do have one for purchase. So finance I have already selected. Purchase I can select. This is my purchase app, right? So like that I can select, and one I can go next, and this will tell me that this is your environment and this is your company in which it has been done. So you can do a finish. And on that basis, this Power BI will be connected to your Business Central. Now, what I have done, I actually am going to a different site, which is Power BI site. So currently I'm logging here apps.powerbi.com, and when I log in for the first time, let me tell you, you will find around this type of a screen where you can see all your workspace. You can create a new app, or you can get the new apps from the app source. Once you click on the get apps option, you can select here uh, Business Central, maybe, because we will find all the apps related to Business Central. And you could see here some of the apps you might be thinking like it is showcasing twice, like finance is showcasing here, finance is showcasing here. Why it is giving the duplicate apps? So see, these are basically the apps, but not the duplicate apps. The reason being, it is basically on the basis of version. So if you are having different Business Central version, then that app may not be compatible with your environment. So you need to check your Business Central version first. How you can check the version? You can go to this help section and click on help and support. Inside this, you can find your application version, whatever the version you are using. And on that basis, you can basically install the app. Now, if you see here, I do have, I have given you this, if I go back, this link into my video description, and you will find on the basis of the which Business Central version you are using, you can select the apps, so it is for 26.5 to 5. So that's why we are having basically for you know, but and there is one more important thing, like if you want the multiple companies Power BI apps, the Power BI apps currently work as per the, but if you have multiple companies in your business central environment, you must install and set up a Power BI template for each of your company. Each app is available into the Power BI workspace. That we can do, but we can also create a custom app if we want to see some consolidated reporting, right? So how I can install? So I will go back and will basically go to this, uh, place and see, like if I want to download our app for the sales, I can select here the link, which will directly navigate me to the Microsoft Marketplace. If I get it now, click here, get it now. What it will do? It will basically navigate me through the Microsoft App Source. And what will happen? I can log into my Business Central account. And once I log in with my Business Central account, which is my Microsoft account here, it will basically ask me if you want to install the Power BI app. Yes, installing it. And it is just giving this kit to, it could take a while installing. And yeah, we can wait and see. So it usually take very less time. I mean, so it should be quite good. So basically what we have done so far, we have connected our Business Central with Power BI using the assisted setup. And then what we have done, we went to the marketplace, or we can basically go to the Microsoft link, which is in my description, and install the Power BI app. So here, if you see, this is the app which is installed recently. So what will happen here? By default, Microsoft will give you all the dashboards which comes under the, under this app. So here all the options have been given, and you can see the sales overview, moving average, moving annual total. So all those figures you can see, but this is a sample data. This is not the live data. So if you want to connect your Business Central, you can simply select here, connect your data, and you have to type your company name. How you can get the company, the correct name? So this name could be different. So in order to make sure, just search here companies, and you have to make sure your display, sometimes the display name could be different and company name could be different. So based on your display name, find the right company name. Like I have copied it, and what I usually do, I paste it uh, into a notepad so that I don't have any spaces. So you can see there was some space, so I can copy only the information which I want. So I can select here, the company name is Cronus UK, and environment, you can see on the top of your URL, you will find your environment name. So if I go back, and you can see it here, it is showcasing as production as my environment. So I can copy this, and the production, of course, firstly pasting here, making sure no spaces, and putting with the same name, same character, uppercase, lowercase, it should be same. And then I can go to next. Now what it is doing, it is basically checking my credentials and what type of authentication method, which we usually use for authentication after the Azure. So I will again sign up with the same, Microsoft account. And what it is doing in the background, it is, updating the data in the background. So if you see, this refresh will be in progress and that will be done. So let's wait for this refresh, and what will happen, all the templates, all the, application dashboards will be updated based on your company data. So it is quite interesting, right? You can see now every figure is updated based on the data I do have in my company. And the good thing is that I can filter it, I can make the change whatever I want. So I can make any changes based on my dashboards by clicking on the edit button. I can edit this, Power BI app, and make the changes based on whatever I want to do. And of course, there are some advanced feature of Power BI that we can discuss sometime later. But this is basically connected to your BC environment. Now, if I go back to my dashboard and click on select report, you will find now I can also see the sales app. So once I select here the sales app, then you can see that sales app which we have recently installed can be seen here. And I can click here on the expand so that I can see it in my full screen view. And once we have this data, so you can see this data is appearing here. And the great thing, which actually I like, most of the time, is basically you can drill down into figures. So, if there is something which we can drill down, like if I click here on the sales figure, then I'm drilling down into the data and it is showcasing directly the BC to us. Sometimes people use some other third party softwares, but I always feel when we are having these features in BC and very good reporting capabilities, we can use the inbuilt Microsoft features so that we are working on the single ecosystem. So this is how, those drill downs with all the filters automatically come, and you can drill down into the data. If you want to do more analysis, you can Excel it. And, you can filter here directly, whatever the filters you want to have. So if I click here again on the sales overview, I can select here, like I can see this figure, click here, everything will get updated based on whatever the way I have created this. So sales by customer, I can basically, see everything, whatever I want to do. So hope you love this feature. And if you have any questions anytime, please feel free to comment and ask. Yeah, thank you. Have a great day.